Hello, welcome back to our channel. Are you looking to change out your lower control arms on your Buick Enclave? Well, you're at the right place because I had that job to do on my wife's vehicle. And let's learn together how to do this job, and will it be easy or will it not be? Stick around because you're going to find out. Let's change these lower control arms. Well, I'm in here inside. It's wintertime outside and it's very cold out. We're going to try to figure out how to do this job the easy way. Maybe it's not the easiest way, but it's a way without a lift. A lift like the garages have. Man, that would be nice having that. But you're like me and you don't have money, but we're going to figure out how to do this together. First thing we got to do is we got to jack this thing up so we can get the wheel off. So first we need a jack and jack stands. So slide this under here. Find a good solid point. It's good to use this one right here. That's pretty solid. Go ahead and jack that up. But before you jack it up too high, you want to get this wheel off. Get yourself a little screwdriver of any type. That's how you pop that off and get to the lug nuts in here. Then get yourself a nice breaker bar. I have a kit here I use. It comes with 3 different sizes, and then you got your extensions. But this here's the 1/2 inch. And then get yourself from the kit here, I have a beautiful kit. Got this stuff on Amazon. I'll put that in the description below in case it's something you might need. So we'll break these loose and then we'll go ahead and jack that up. But you don't want to jack it up first because you want pressure on the wheel so that you can break these loose without the wheel spinning. Now you got them all broke loose like that. Let's go down underneath with the jack stand. And we're jacking it up now. Higher, just enough that the wheel turns like that. And then you'll stick this jack stand under here. You can kind of see where I put it. And then I like to, after I get it up there, I like to drop it down just a little onto that jack stand. But before I get too far, there's one thing you need to do, or at least that's what I'm going to do, and that's put it on the emergency brake. Then take the lug nuts all off. And then pull off the wheel. Put it over here out of the way. Now I'm checking here. My brakes kind of vibrate when I use them, especially when I'm going downhill. So that'd be my next project. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, you might want to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Otherwise, let's continue with this project. Then we want to take a 24mm socket in that breaker bar. I did break it loose already for the video, but it's still a little bit tight. So I want to go ahead and, now you might have a impact or cordless drill to make this job a little bit easier. Now you're going to want to get into that nut, so probably the easiest way to get in there is you got to get rid of this cover. Have one of these little tools, slide it up in under there, in between the and the washer, and that'll help. See how it pops right out there. And do that for that one as well. And that's broke loose, and then you can kind of slide this up out of the way. And then we can get into that nut. Get yourself an 18-inch box end wrench. That way you can get up top here like this, one there, and an 18-inch socket for on the bottom. And you can do this one-handed because I'm holding my phone and the wrench at the same time, and this will go back against this bracket here and hold itself into place. And I didn't break it loose before. Okay. Do the same thing to the other side. Now we got the 2 bolts out. Then your control arm down where the knuckle is. Get yourself a 21mm or a 13/16 wrench. Turn the wrench upside down on the box end and break it loose like that. You want to make sure you use a 12-point socket instead of the 6-point, because you won't be able to have enough. There's only a small window to get on the nut. Guess what? The nut's turning! Well, yeah, of course the nut's turning. The whole knuckle is turning. This inside here is turning. What I thought I would try is jack up and put pressure up against the lower A-arm and try that and see if that works out better. Oh yeah, that's actually working. And you have to be careful not taking that off too far, because then you won't get your wrench out. So I gotta run it back on just a little bit so I can get the wrench out. Use my fingers to take it off the rest of the way. Like that. As I'm under here working, I noticed something. Do you see what that is? That's engine transmission mount, and it is busted. I guess I have that to fix next. As much as I love making videos and sharing with you all how to do your own repairs instead of paying big money for someone else to do it, that's going to be another video coming. Now that we got the nut off, lay that to the side. Now how are we going to get this out of here? Well, I got myself a pry bar and see if that helps. Maybe we can stick it in back behind here, right under the edge. Let's see if that works. Oh, it popped right loose. Man, it's hard to believe. I expected that to be froze up in there, but thank you, Lord, you are on my side today. There with that pry bar, I pulled this out of, got that knuckle out. Now we'll just try to pry this out like this. If you have a regular pry bar, it'd be a lot easier, but this is what I have. You can see right down inside there, right in through there, you can see the cracks, which is what was causing my inspection to not pass. As we're changing out this control arm, then we move to the rear bolt. Now you can see it's kind of rusty, so it's a good idea to use some WD-40. Shoot a little bit of that right on there. Let that soak for a little bit until we get our tools. Now we want to grab our 21mm socket for on this end and our 21mm wrench or the 13/16 to get on the back side. And believe it or not, it's breaking loose without having the 21mm on the back side, but taking a little while to take this nut off. But thank goodness I sprayed some WD-40 on there. That loosened it up some. Now we're to the end. So this is kind of what it looks like now. We have it all hanging down. That rear bolt is loose. The nut's out to the end. Now I have it pulled out a little bit. Now you can kind of look down in here. How are we getting this bolt out? This is in the way. What is that called? A stabilizer bar. So now it's either take this bolt out or take this one out up here, which I took that one out when I changed out the shocks. So I think we'll go ahead and take this off. And of course this nut right here, the whole joint turned. So I grabbed a hold of a set of channel locks, put back behind right here and held it in place. Be careful not to pinch this boot. And then this went ahead and come off. There, like that. And then that will pop right out. You have to be careful not to hit these wires. And then I've taken my floor jack and jack up, push this stabilizer bar out of the way. Now you want to get a hold of it back here off to the side, because you want room for this bolt to come out past. This is going to be up. Okay, now I have it pushed out of the way. This bar right here. Now this bolt can come out. Okay, got the bolt out. Now we can take this down out like this. Okay, well now we got it pushed back up in there. Pretty close. So we got that bar pushed up. And then we get that pushed in there. We got the nut to put back on. And then we could drop this bar back down out of the way. We're making headway, aren't we? We're almost done. We're coming to the final stretch. So let's continue with this project. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll take this nut off and take this cover off. Beautiful. And stick that up through the spindle. And get that pushed up in there. Then get the nut started. Go ahead and tighten it up. Now this one's tightening up pretty good. And if you struggle with it turning, this ball joint in here turning, just go ahead and put like the floor jack or something under it and push up on it, and that'll help seat that in, and then you'll be able to tighten it up completely. Then we can kind of pull that spindle out a little bit so that the front bushing will go right into place. And then stick the nut on the front one and tighten it down. We have a nice torque wrench here. Pretty inexpensive. Got it off Amazon. I forget what it cost, but it was a fraction of what I expected. So you want to torque these two bolts here at 55 foot-pounds. And I forgot to mention, this one here gets torqued 30 foot-pounds. But most likely, like you saw, you just tighten it as tight as you can get it, the best you can, because you can't get a torque wrench on the nut. Then next, we got to put this whole assembly and the control arm in a runnable position, like when the car is driving. So if you have a jack, you just jack up the bottom and push it up into the operating position. If you don't have a jack, then you can just put the wheel on and drop it down, and that way then you can go ahead and torque this bolt. So we'll jack this up. You want to get it right under the ball joint, not on the brake rotor. So I want to go ahead and put this nut on before I jack that up. So like I said when we were taking it off, it's actually a lock nut, kind of like a lock nut. It'll be slow putting it on unless you use a impact or a cordless drill. So now we'll go ahead and jack this up into the operating position. Torque it to 55 foot-pounds. And then snug down the rear bolt and nut. And then it gets torqued to 111 foot-pounds. Then next we will hook up the sway bar link. And you can see it's a little bit, it needs drop down, so we'll drop this down so that will line up. And put it right in there. Put this nut on. Then had it tightened, had it snugged, and then torque is at 55 foot-pounds. There we go. Then we move the floor jack out of the way. And then get the wheel and put it back on. Then put the lug nuts in. After you get the lug nuts snug, drop down the car so that the tire is tight. And then torque the lug nuts at 140 foot-pounds and make sure you crisscross as you tighten them. And you line up this cover and snap that back into place. Well, there you have it. That's how you change the A-arms, or I guess you call it, the proper word is the lower control arms. Another successful project, and now my wife's car will pass the state inspection. So give us a video a thumbs up if you saw this helpful, and off to the next project. Just stick around and we'll be right back.